What's up, guys? I'm here with Memo, a current student of ours, and we're going to be working on an Inconel monster coupon, and we're just going to get into it.
Yeah.
Memo's going to run his right side. I'm going to run my left side. We got 2 bridge tacks in it. We're running Inconel. What's the wire? It's 418. Yep, 418 Inconel. It's just a type of Inconel that we'll be running today. But the cool thing about this episode is, Memo here, you're kind of like not a typical student straight out of high school. You kind of got a story, you've been places, you've experienced things, and so in today's video we'll get into some of that, which is pretty sweet. So yeah, you want to go ahead and run your right side?
Yeah, we'll see.
What do you want the temperature at?
About $110, $115.
$115. Yeah, let's try 110 just in case.
Yeah.
I can crank it up if you need. And let me know if that's that should be good.
Feels like a steady flow in there.
Yep, and then
now you like to rate the whole run. You like to go from the center all the way, basically close to that tack.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, and you can run it how you want. That's just what I do. Yeah, go as far as you can, all the way up to this bridge tack, and stop. And then we'll cut this one, run my side, and then we'll be good.
All right.
And like I said, I'm curious to see how it goes for you. Might need to maybe go less temperature-wise.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
All right.
Maybe like 98.
Try 100.
All right.
Will we have it at 110? Yeah, see what 100 does. I don't want to go too cold because I want to be able to keep it flowing.
All right, feels better right there. It's a lot like stainless, just a lot dirtier.
Yep, way more trashier. It's got that nickel base in it. Just kind of helping them out, keeping the purge in this thing.
Yeah, super watery, but
not at the same time. Yeah, like Inconel, wherever you put it, it's going to stay most of the time. Depending on the Inconel. So I'm not too versed in which Inconel. Well, I know 625 Inco moves a lot. The root does.
Yeah.
It'll like fall out on you, or you can suck it back or suck it in. But this one seems to be all right. It just seems really dirty.
Yeah, that's what look at this, super dirty.
But your side of the root looks pretty good, man. But it's really nasty.
It feels and just smells nasty. I'm just treating it like stainless, but it just...
Yep, just treat it like stainless. Add wire on that top bevel and then just bring it down. You're doing great.
I just don't like how nasty it is.
I know.
So weird.
Oh, just wait till we get out to the fill, man. You'll really see, because when you're filling out Inco, you can't even tell what's going on half the time. You just got to keep going. Yeah, you're good. Sick. All right,
man,
so
that's dirty.
Yeah, it is. So let's get into it. So,
all right,
how did you end up here at KWI? Like, what's the beginning of welding like for you in high school? And like, I just say your name, where you're from, your age, everything. What's your name?
Well, Memo Romero. I'm from Yuma, Arizona, and so I basically started my ag teacher got me into welding, and out of nowhere,
come over here, look at it.
It hooked me.
What grade?
It was actually that's actually all right.
Yeah, it is. Here, leave that light out. I don't use my phone.
Yeah.
No, you're good.
And
nice. All right, I'm gonna run mine.
It was like my junior year that I was going, and didn't want to do it, but I was like, I don't want to do anything else while I was in school. I was bored.
Right.
So I tried it, and it hooked me, and ever since then, that's all I've been wanting.
You just liked welding.
Yeah, I just got that welding bug, and it just stuck with me.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Playing with fire, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
All right, let me cut this bridge out.
Yeah, I got hooked into my dad. My dad found this tombstone. We hooked it up to our main breaker in the house, and just started running a little bit of stick here and there. Graduated from high school and everything, and then started working at a local shop.
Straight out of high school?
Yeah, straight out of high school.
And where is this at?
Yuma, Arizona.
Yuma, Arizona. Okay. Yeah, and see, what's crazy is, for some reason I thought you said Houston. I've never really ventured in Arizona.
It's
It's
hot.
kind of like a weird state
It's
to me.
hot.
It's hot all the time.
Oh, just about all the time. I mean,
What's the best time of the year in Arizona?
I think right around, for people that are from out here, out in the south and everything, I think October through December and January, because it doesn't get super hot.
But other than that,
The rest of the time, we've had it to 138 degrees.
so how do you function though when it's like that? Because it's a dry heat, but also that's a warmer dry heat than what most people are used to. You know what I mean?
Like the humidity out here, that's what really kills me because I'm still not used to it.
You're not, yeah.
I've been out here only 6 years, 7 years. So that still gets to me sometimes the humidity, but out there.
You can't, because out there you can go in the shade and it's like a relief.
Yeah, here you can't.
The shade doesn't do anything for you, dude.
Yeah,
so.
you just got to stay hydrated. You sweat a lot, but
Right.
I mean, like you said, you take cover in the shade. But the company I started working with when they were out there, we told them not to grab anything outside. And they didn't believe us. So one of the guys went out there, grabbed a 6-inch piece of stainless we were installing.
Burned himself.
And burned, or even the door handles the same way.
Really?
Yeah, you can't grab them sometimes.
Jeez,
yeah,
okay.
It's pretty bad.
So you graduated high school and then got with the company right out of high school there in Yuma.
Yeah, and then slowly one of the companies that's out from Georgia that I'm with now went out there because they were building a hard-boiled egg plant and they needed some pipe welders.
Hard-boiled egg?
Yeah, hard-boiled eggs.
Huh. Okay.
And they went out there. I went through a temp company, and that really didn't work out. That temp company didn't pay us for like a month.
Really?
The company that was paying the temp company,
They kept it?
they kept it but never paid us.
Oh my God.
And so I called them. I was like, hey, it's been a month and this and that. He's like, oh, we're going to get it figured out. So they got it figured out. They paid us for that whole month that we never got paid. And then he fired us from the temp company and hired us straight on with him.
Yeah.
Because he's like, that's not how stuff works. He's like, if you work, then you're going
You
to
get paid. Yeah, either weekly or bi-weekly, man.
Yeah, it was
whole
weekly,
month.
so a whole month.
Dude, you got to watch out for temp companies.
Sometimes it depends on who they are, but yeah, you got to watch out because sometimes they won't pay you, or I guess just the way that their system works, you really don't matter as much.
You don't matter.
As long as they get paid.
Because you're not a company person,
Yeah.
and that's the thing. Be very careful with temp companies. I did one right out of welding school, and it was great, good people, but I've heard other experiences. Again, their only job is to man up a company's work.
Yeah.
Their only goal is to get warm bodies.
Yeah.
So this temp company is going to be getting $100 per person, and then you see about anywhere from 35 to 20 of it.
Yeah, you
depending
really
on
don't see nothing.
nothing, right?
Compared to what they charge.
Right, and that's how it goes. But again, you know, hate the game, not the player, right? So get it how you get it. But okay, so you then got with that company that you're with now.
Yeah, straight with them, and within 2 months of me working with them, he offered me a job out here. He said, do you want to come back to Georgia? I said, oh, I don't know. I wasn't sure yet.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, I just turned 18. I was still working, doing everything. So while they were gone, I was also working at a machine shop and an off-roading shop building roll cages.
Cool.
And so, well, long story short, ended up coming out here, started welding. Probably the last 2 years is when I really got into it. That's what I wanted to do. It's a lot of fun. There's just so much more that you can do with it. Get stimulated just being able to do different things.
There's, and on the stimulation aspect, there's more of a challenge.
Yes.
There's going to be so many different welds in so many different places, and it's very enjoyable for the person who masters something and needs some more. You know, you can top out in a shop, or you can top out, on like a...
Wherever you want.
Wherever you want, yeah,
Because
pretty much.
aside from the welding aspect, I got really into...
You could keep talking.
I got really into the fitting aspect. I enjoyed fitting. I enjoyed being able to just being able to do a little bit of everything.
Right.
Learning how to fab, how to run a brake, a press, building things from nothing, from anything that's flat.
So, do you plan on running your own shop one day, or?
I would like to one day, hopefully in the near future, not very far away, but yeah, I got a lot of support from everybody in my family and everybody around me, always supporting me, helping me to keep going. You know, it's not an easy thing, but like how we were talking about earlier, it's something you gotta love, because if you like it, it'll be fine. You gotta love it to push yourself to be better.
So, if you were already in the field making money, why go to welding school? What's the whole angle there?
I wanted to, aside from getting my certifications that we get here, and I didn't know that we would get our CCO rigging stuff and signals, so a lot more important because just about every day, no matter where you're at, you're going to have to drive a piece of heavy equipment if you want to get into that aspect.
Yeah. Well, it makes you more valuable.
Yes, yeah. The more you know, the more you get paid.
Yep. It's all about providing value to the contractor.
Yeah.
And eventually you could provide value to your own business.
Yeah.
Yourself.
So I also wanted to come out here and try and, just get better at what I loved.
Right. And add some more notches on that.
Yeah, weld at a little bit better, higher level.
Higher caliber, yeah.
Caliber, yeah.
Higher caliber, and just
feel much more confident in whatever you're doing.
Exactly. No one else, like, you don't have to ask anybody.
Yeah.
It's all about, my biggest thing was, I want to be so independent that I don't have to ask anybody unless I need it, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, I'm never ashamed to ask, because if I don't know, I'm going to go to the person that does know or the person that knows more. And that just makes you a better welder, a better person, and people want to be around you because you're not just one of them people that show up and like, oh, well, I know all this.
I know everything.
Yeah, no, you don't know.
Dude, it's horrible on a job when one of those welders get
no.
on, dude. They're just walking around, they think they know everything. Don't be that welder that thinks they know everything, because you don't.
And you never will.
You never will. Yeah. There's always someone bigger, there's always someone better, and just keep gaining knowledge and be humble with it and know when to ask. 'Cause sometimes if you don't know something on a job site, I've always stepped up and asked somebody, because you could put the whole company in jeopardy if you do something dumb or have a bad weld or something's off, you know what I mean?
And like I was saying, going back to that stuff, like we get the rigging and signals and stuff like that, it's good to have, good to learn, because just like how you're saying, it puts people at risk.
Right.
So anything else that you do puts people, not only yourself, but other people in risk.
Correct.
And like the rigging and signals that we do here, really, it really broadens your mind into what else you're going to learn, not just welding.
And you're not just going to be a welder too. If you want to just be a welder, you might as well just cap your money-making ability out. If you want to do more than just weld, then you got to, if you want to do more than just weld and make more money than a welder, you got to know how to do more than just weld. So equipping yourself with as many skills and things as possible is extremely valuable, and that's it's so huge. And a lot of welders, they get really one-track minded, and it's easy to do so. I mean, you can make killer money and just check
if you
out.
just want to do it. But I mean, as you get older,
how long can you do that for? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, as you get older, that's why I try and tell the guys at school is like, once you get older, so you want to weld, of course, but you also
not all the time.
Yeah, you want to make more and do a little bit less.
Use the welding.
Everything you know.
Yes, use the welding to get you there. It's the stepping stone that gets you there to making more. It's really cool. I'm gonna cut this big set. So I'm gonna bring my side up a little bit, and then I'll let you tie in.
Yeah, you're good.
I think it was okay.
It looked good.
You think so?
Yeah, it was looking good. Look at it through here.
It should be all right. Hey, there we go. I thought dude, I'm telling you, it's trashy, ain't it?
It looks super dirty. I can't even really tell what it
does.
I can tell the bevel walls, but after that, I don't know.
Now, a big thing with Inco though is, dude, freaking like taking off from a tie-in. Because sometimes Inco, it'll put a fisheye at the end of it, and
and it'll stay there.
It won't. You can't burn it out really easily. So before I take off again, I'm gonna look to see if there is a little bit of a dimple there, or if you want to look.
No, I don't see one, but it'd be good to start on the back side and dab it so it fills in.
Okay.
If not, just like in the stainless, it'll freaking leave that little void there.
I get it.
What a pain.
I'll pull it up, and then I'll bring it up some more.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll have to close this up some because this little regulator we got isn't pushed too much.
Okay.
Here's another little piece. Where's that tape at? Yeah. All right.
Here, got you.
Sick. All right, so we are going to tape up the end of this just to let it purge some more, because I introduced, anytime you grind around a bevel that you're purging, when you grind, you're gonna, it introduces
oxygen
to the atmosphere. And
they don't like it.
Nope. Okay, so I'm gonna.
Is it as dirty as it is? I don't know.
Yep. Well, You'll be surprised. All right, I'm gonna go back about an inch, heat this thing up. I don't know what that stuff is on the end of the rod. Yeah, the best thing to do is just go slow, add it.
Yeah. Now, for whenever you're tying it in from one to the other, do you just shove wire? Like right now, they're gonna.
Oh, I'm tying in. I'm gonna let you do that.
Oh, okay.
Interesting. Okay, so when you tie in with Inco,
Yeah.
you really want to boat ramp this thing shallow and far.
Okay.
So. Okay. Yep. I'd pull it over, and I would just. So what I do normally,
Okay.
and I won't run it.
You're good.
I'd start back here, and I'd dip, 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 dip. Once you close it up, dip and keep dipping, and then just dip out and away onto the bevel. And
Okay.
then, yeah, that's the best way to pull out the fisheye, from my experience.
Okay.
Keep dropping this thing.
See
Stay
how it
right
goes.
there. Oh, purge is still good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna actually. You know what? I'm gonna leave the
Open it
purge.
up a little
Yeah.
bit.
We're good. You don't want too much purge coming out of your bevel there because it won't let your
It won't penetrate.
tie in, yeah, push in there.
Okay.
Let me check it out from this standpoint.
So you boat ramp the opposite side.
Huh?
You boat ramp the opposite side.
What do you mean?
Like your left side, you boat ramp this
Oh,
side.
yeah, you're tying into it.
Yeah.
Oh, you perfect tie-in, dude. Amazing. Dude, you can't even tell it's a tie-in. See?
See, I didn't know that. I haven't done that.
What do you mean you haven't done that?
Like I can get a pretty good tie-in. A pretty good tie-in by feathering a little bit, but I will boat ramp, and then I'll just
No.
shove. I
No,
turn
no.
it up about 20.
It's way easier to do that.
That is. That's why I hadn't
Now
done it
I
before.
did turn it up to 20, but when you're tying in with these nickel alloys and denser than stainless, you got to boat ramp them pretty far.
Yeah,
And
that's-
sometimes when I'm on a job, I'll tie in with 332 and turn it up 20 amps.
Yeah, that's what I did on my
gotta-
stainless.
Yeah, just crank it. But
Okay.
look, dude, look at that tie-in, man. It's pretty phenomenal. And we'll get a video for the viewers.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, you can't even tell it's a tie-in. See?
Yeah, it looks pretty freaking
dude,
slick, yeah.
You boat ramp that thing far and wide, you know, like,
Kind of surprises me. I didn't think it was gonna tie in that slick.
dude, phenomenal.
I'm gonna have to use that.
When I was watching you, I was like, dude, this stuff is not, you can't look at it. You can't look at Inconel as it's going in because it doesn't make sense because it's so dense and just clobbery.
It's dirty.
Dirty, dude.
Dirty.
Okay, so now the showdown begins.
Yeah, not filling it.
I'm gonna go ahead and put a different blade on this thing.
Yeah.
And the filling aspect's a whole lot easier because we just weld and then it's easier to talk.
Yeah.
But the root's so hard to like. We're trying to put in a
put it
root,
in
you
there.
know?
Can't put it in there while talking. Yeah.
Yeah, trying to put in a root while talking, which is not bad. I mean, you can do it, but
Yeah.
it is your first time on Inco, so I just wanted to make sure.
It's the
gonna-
same as stainless, just dirty. So everybody kept telling me.
Yeah. There we go. Now, for those of you watching, all we're doing is just kind of taking off the nastiness of the root.
Yeah, nothing really changed. Just can't really tell what you're doing.
Right.
Other than that, it felt good.
Yeah, but you ought to try that pop bottle thing. I think I'm gonna make
I
one
think
for
I'm
out
gonna try
here.
that.
You don't have to tape the top.
That's what I like about the thing. I don't have to tape the bottom. I have
Right.
enough positive pressure coming out that you don't need the.
You don't need it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we're gonna turn it up to
Yeah, $1.70.
yeah.
$1.80.
Now we're gonna get into this. Sweet. Yeah, you can run your side first.
All right.
I think we're done with the light and the tape for now. But yeah, that root, actually, hold on, let me get a picture of this root real quick.
I'll probably just pull it off. It's hot as heck.
All right. And here is this root for you guys. Nice. Dude, pretty sick route. Here it is on the outside. So we're gonna get this thing rocking and rolling.
Looks pretty good.
All right.
Kind of surprised.
You are?
Yeah, because I ain't done it
Let me see
before.
one more time. I want to take a look.
I ain't done it before, so. But it's just dirty. That's
No,
it.
it ain't no different. Well, and you welded it really good too. That's how you're supposed to do it.
Yeah, well, I hope so.
Yeah.
So come to school.
It's dope.
So everybody's like, well, it's not about how far you get into the program, it's how good you are when you get to where you're at.
Yes, 100%.
I mean, that's how I
that
feel
is
about
the
it.
most. So I just interviewed a student who had been out a whole year, and he made his 100K.
Yeah.
That student, his name's JC. He only got to stick 6-inch pipe, and he made 100K
Yeah.
right out of school, only getting to stick 6-inch pipe. And he said he learned stick 6-inch pipe at KWI. That's as far as he got with what he could do, because everybody's different. Some
Yeah.
people learn fast, some people learn slower. He got to that, he went on a job, he welded for a little bit, and then a company said, hey, you want to take a combo monster and something else? And he took it, passed.
Yeah.
And that just goes to show your first couple of jobs for your first year are going to teach you so much compared to what a school can. Because we can only teach you so much with the 6 months that we have you, but our goal is to just crank as much and as quality into you in 6 months as possible.
Yeah.
So that's such a good point, because I feel like people are so worried about getting somewhere, which I am too. But I was like, man, I want to get here. I want to be here. I want to be doing this. But you should really be making sure that you're
retaining what you're doing.
you're doing, and not just going
Rushing,
along with it and just weld a bevel. It's not good. Throw it. Get a new one. You need to fix your mistakes. Learn it.
Learning how to fix, I think, is the biggest thing, because no matter what you do, even the best welders have off days.
Yeah.
And you're always gonna. One of the guys that I talked about, and he always told me, he's like, it doesn't matter how good you are at welding, it's how good you are at fixing too.
Oh,
because
yeah.
you'll get into bad spots, or sometimes you're gonna have to fix other people's stuff.
And here's the cool thing about that. A couple companies that I work for, they always send me on repairs to fix other welders' welds. It seems like it sucks, but it doesn't, because you get to go weld, fix somebody else's mistake, see where they made the mistake, fix their mistake, and
you learn from it.
And you learn and you get better, and it doesn't get counted against you if it shoots bad again.
Yeah.
If it shoots bad, it's not on you. So you got to weld, cut into somebody's weld, see what kind of welder they are, see what kind of welder you are to see if you could fix it.
Yeah.
And if it shoots, you're like,
fixed it.
Dude, I love repairs, bro. Depends. If I'm in I want to weld in a jack stand mood, I'm like, yeah. But if it's I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's circumstantial.
Yeah, it's all where you're at. If
Right.
the weld's 3 inches off the wall, sometimes you're like, well, this is gonna suck.
Yeah,
but then
that
you're
sucks.
like, well, I gotta fix it anyway, so we'll
Right.
see what happens. But
Yes. But if it's in a jack stand or something and you're going to fix it, cool. Not bad.
It's
You get to learn
it's cake
from
work.
it. Yeah. All right, you want to run your side?
Yeah, I'll run
So
real
we're going to
quick.
run this hot pass around 180 amps. And again, with hot pass, on one of my YouTube videos, people are eating me alive saying the hot pass shouldn't be at 180 amps. You can make your hot pass whatever you want. As long as you don't burn your root out, as long as you are keeping your heat on the walls, the bevels, not so much in the center where the bead is.
Man, this is so dirty.
Oh yeah, and you just got to keep moving. And it looks good, dude. It looks really good.
Man, I don't like it.
Well, you're going to be amazed, because it doesn't look good when you're welding it, but when you pick your hood up, it's nice. Just make sure you're tying into those walls and making sure the puddle gets there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just so watery.
Interesting. Let me see something real quick.
What the hell?
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to figure out.
I wonder why it came out like that.
No porosity. All right.
I don't know.
When you popped off, it threw porosity.
Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe a little bit more flow in that one.
Maybe, maybe not.
Yeah, and even at 180, I mean, it doesn't really feel very hot. You just got to move.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's just so dirty. And you're right. I mean, I pulled up my hood. It doesn't look bad, but it doesn't look good when it's going in.
Nope. Oh, it's horrible.
Yeah, it's so nasty.
Now, something that's also interesting about yourself is you're not a traditional student in the sense of you have your own family. I guess you're married?
Yeah, I'm married. We don't have any kids or anything like that yet, but
Uh-huh. So what's it like, I guess, going to school and being married? Because it's totally different. Most people, you know, they go to school and they're
starting out and everything like
starting
that.
life. So what's it?
I mean, it's a little different. It is hard being away from your family, but I guess biggest thing is that when we talked about it, because she also went to school, luckily was in town to be a cosmetologist.
Okay.
And I told her, well, I wanted to go here. She's like, well, can't you find something closer and this and that? And I mean, there was, but I had been looking around and I found, I like this one the best. We were taking a road trip out back home, because she's from Arizona too.
Uh-huh.
And came up here. I actually got to meet Laura and Jackie.
Mm-hmm.
Came in, it was like a Friday afternoon. Met them, and I don't know, the feeling that I got as soon as I walked in, they came, talked to me about going to school, stuff like that. And it just felt right for me.
Yeah.
So we talked about it, and I ended up telling her it's going to be hard, but it's for a better future. We want
It's only
more.
6 months too.
Yeah.
Small period of time in your life.
And I mean, when we first got together, she was still living in Arizona and I was here, so we weren't even really together for 2 months.
Long distance.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So it's just something that little by little she knows that about me. I like to work. Wherever I can, whatever I can do. So also, I guess her understanding the way I am, and vice versa.
Gotcha. And so I'm curious, on the research standpoint, did you weigh your options with other places?
The schools that I was looking at, one of them was the schools where I lived in Georgia, and maybe one or two more, I think, like Missouri.
Gotcha.
And one of the other schools. And
What was the ticket for you? Why did you choose to come check out KWI in person? Like, what were the main reasons that set us apart from everybody else?
I guess for me, I like the Christian aspect of it, being
Cool.
able. I like the stuff that we do on Sundays with Bobby, Bible study, stuff like that. And I guess when I first met Laura and Jackie, we were inviting.
Yeah.
The posters, and then just coming here, and because I never really got to do I never set a date because I was always working. So I guess just from orientation, because I mean, you know, we get those 3 days, so you can
Right. Check out the town, get everything set up. Right.
And meeting all the people, I got to meet some of the instructors, some of the kids. I saw the way it was kind of laid out, and I liked that it was laid out. Take time. The instructors take time with you to do what you need. They'll weld with you. They'll show you. And I guess that's just what I felt homey for me.
Good deal. Well, all right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and grab that grinder off you over there, because
Yeah.
I don't know why it threw some porosity when you popped off. My
I don't
side's
either.
pretty trashy, but we'll see whenever you go rip again. All right. And yeah, with the Inconel, you got to watch on those pullouts and stuff, because it'll leave a little indentation. So
Okay.
on Inconel, I just grind everything.
Okay.
I mean, mine looks horrible, but that's okay though. We'll,
Yeah, I
we'll
mean-
make it through. It's just it's how it is sometimes.
Yeah,
man.
Inconel's pretty dirty. It's really surprising how dirty it is.
Now, hold on real quick before you start that. Let me pull, I didn't know if you was gonna, so you walk your hot pass, but you'll freehand the rest?
Most of the
Cool.
time, or if I can walk the rest of it, I will. Just depends on
Depends on what
how
we
it
got.
looks.
Let me get this tungsten out more.
It's hot.
Hot, very hot. Yeah, I just wanted to, because I think my side I was having a hard issue because I didn't want to pull it out, and I just ran it, but, all right. Sweet, that should be a little bit better.
Yeah.
Not much more. All right, and you think you want to keep running at that? See what that does?
Yeah, we'll see what it does.
just
I
let me
mean,
know.
you can always turn it down.
Yep.
It's a lot harder to turn it up.
Now is the table okay height as well?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. Because like I said, I'm 6'2", and I've had some guys in here that are taller than me and some guys that are shorter than me, and everybody, the table's another big thing we gotta figure out as well. I forgot to ask you, I didn't know if you wanted it up higher or not, but we're rolling.
Good right there.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like you gotta feed it, but you can't feed it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's real hard to watch.
Now, I think after this pass, I wouldn't go any wider than that, because when you're trying to weld it wide on the 6G position in a monster coupon, it just kind of gets hectic.
Yeah.
It gets like a pain. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's already starting to get gnarly looking.
Yeah, it's
Now, how old are you?
26.
26. So you're halfway through your 20s.
Yeah.
Which is, that's a good age too, because you still, I mean, I'm only 28, so
Yeah.
not much farther apart, but dude, I'd give anything to be 26 again.
I mean, I hear a lot of the kids, I mean, they're all 19. I'm like, man, if I was 19.
Dude, wouldn't that be so nice to be
Yeah.
19 again? What would you do differently if you could start over?
I mean, I talk about it all the time just because you never really know, and a lot of people never know what you want to do growing up. There's so many things nowadays, but I would have got more into the welding aspect.
Earlier on?
Yeah, earlier on. Probably done it a little bit more in high school and just keep learning about it, just because it's just so much more, I don't know, it's real relaxing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just you under that hood, that puddle. It just gives you so much
Just
time.
you, man.
Yeah, it gives you so much time to think, figure things out, and definitely that. It's hot.
Yeah, it's hot.
You can't really tell what you're doing either. But definitely that, and then I guess for the most part, I do like the traveling about it.
The traveling?
Yeah, I do like the traveling aspect about it.
So, where do you, how much longer do you have at KWI?
I got 2 months.
So, dang, and you're already, I mean, yeah, you've got a good amount of time to do some other things.
Yeah, I want to try and try and do my Inconel. Maybe do like the branch test that they do on the pipeline.
Okay.
Just try and get as many as I can.
Now, where do you see yourself? Are you going to stay with your company, or are you going to? I think you mentioned a while back you were going to go back to your company.
Yeah, for now I'm going to go back to the company that I'm with, just because I want to. Well, I mean, go back. I'm a man of my word always.
Yep.
Always. I mean, that was one thing my dad always showed me.
Because you being here, you know more stuff now. You
Yeah,
know
that
what I'm
does help
saying?
me. Yeah, it does help me.
You could go somewhere else, but
Yeah.
you're going to honor your word and go back to
I've always
those
been
guys.
that way. That's
Yeah.
how my dad raised me. That's the way I am.
Right.
And everybody that knows me knows that's the way I am.
Well, and that's a good way not to burn bridges and screw
Yeah.
yourself later down the road.
Yeah, because I mean, I guess I didn't almost do it, but the way that somebody took it, I mean, I can't define how somebody takes the way I leave. I'm gonna be a man of my word. I'll help you whenever you need it. But if I find a better opportunity, and thank God I've met a lot of people that want that. If you have a better opportunity, take it. That's fine.
Yep.
That doesn't bother me at all. But
Don't do it and put someone in a bind.
exactly. Yeah, and I'll never do that.
Right.
But like I said, the way people take it is another thing. I don't define how people take it. It's just the way I present it to them.
Yeah.
But
100%.
but yeah, I'm probably gonna go back with them. Build my boss's house.
Okay.
He wants to do that of I-beams and metal structures,
Awesome.
stuff like that, and then
Just weld it all up.
weld it all up. Do whatever throw me. I mean, I've been able, luckily enough, to learn just about everything that we do. Electrical, building a building like this, just everything.
Yeah.
I've learned there, and I love learning just about everything.
Yeah, sweet. And now you can add more to the arson with the welding aspect of it.
Yeah, like I never did I've never done a monster. I never did 610 roots.
Yeah.
Never done Inconel.
That's
never
cool,
done specialty
dude.
metals.
Yeah, you're
it's
just,
a lot of fun.
racking up what you know, man.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Again, and the cool thing is with that knowledge, one day if you wanted, you could start your own company or help someone start a company, and you just know so much about it.
Yeah, you learn a little bit about everything in the welding aspect of it. Man, it's just so weird.
I don't know why your side was really clean at the first.
Yeah, now
and
it's
then my
super
top
dirty.
was really clean, and now it's dirty. I think we're just gonna have to keep
Cleaning
it
it.
as we go. Yeah.
It's super dirty.
And again, it may be a poor brand of wire.
It could be.
Again, there's all different.
Like I said, you would know. I haven't really welded a lot of it, but it's just really
No,
dirty.
it is, dude. It's gnarly. That's for sure.
I can't really tell what the heck I'm feeding.
Yeah. That's how Inconel goes. Now, there are some Inconels that are really nice to weld, like 617, it turns green. And then you got, in purple, if you weld it, you know, the cool thing about Inconel 617 is you can kind of make it whatever color you want, depending on your heat and how long you let it sit and what you turn it to and how much purge do you have. But this Inconel is kind of trashy.
It's very trashy. Like, I really can't tell how much I'm feeding because it's so
Yeah, you
dirty.
don't want to feed too much, though, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because then you get lack of fusion.
And then and this is 1/8 Inconel, so if you add too much on this, then you'll really screw yourself.
Yeah, kind of like just like the stainless. I mean, if you add too much, you're screwed. And so you like to do a lot of specialty metals then?
Yeah, that's mostly what I did, dude. Just alloys and working in the oil refineries. I liked it. It was a challenge, and it paid good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely different.
Yeah, it is. I don't know.
I can't tell either. I mean, it's real different. I like it though. Like I said, I like that challenge.
Yeah, you got it. Well, I'm trying to figure out why it's so trashy. I mean, kind of frustrating a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't think it was gonna be very trashy.
Well, sometimes it is, and sometimes it isn't. It just depends on how many variables you got working against you and for you. And I just stuck it, so now it's going to be even harder.
Yeah.
You really just got to keep moving like nothing's happening in a way.
Like I said, you can't really tell how much you're adding either.
Oh yeah. It's kind of like magic.
Yeah. I mean, that's what welding is. You're just adding metal.
Yeah, I mean, that's gnarly. I think after you get this next pass in, we'll just clean it up a little.
Maybe that might help a little.
And that's the thing with these alloys. I think if I was doing this on a job, I'd run 332 all the way out.
Really?
If I was taking this test, yeah. Some alloys, I'll run 332 the whole time.
Not to run the risk.
If I was doing an Inconel monster, I'd just be really careful with that 1/8 inch, man.
Yeah.
Because that 332 burns so much easier. But yeah, go ahead.
Time-wise, you think the time that we get or whatever, you think that's still enough time? You went 332?
2 hours, right?
3 hours.
3 hours.
Well,
for
I think
the
2.
2 for the Inconel?
2 or 3, I can't remember.
Either way, yeah. If you nonstop freehand it the whole time, you'll smoke it out. You just gotta keep that wire in there and move up through there. And also, we're welding it to carbon, so it's not gonna like that either.
Yeah, that's what I know. It's like that stainless. It doesn't like it.
Oh, and for those of you watching, whenever I'm doing this right here, I'm not looking at the arc at all, because I'm like on this side of the pipe, so it doesn't showcase my eyeballs to the arc. Yeah, it's just so nasty.
Yeah, like I said, I can't really tell what I'm doing. I know it's going in there, but...
Yeah, you just gotta wash up and down, don't add too much, and just keep on rolling with it.
And let it kind of drip in there.
Now, I will say this, I think one more pass and we'll be flush.
Yeah, I'm pretty close.
Sweet.
I can just dripped. So weird.
Now, what's your advice for guys that are looking to get into the welding industry? If someone is wanting to be just like you or get to where you're at, what's the most important skill, trait, or advice that you can give somebody so they don't make some of the mistakes that you made and maybe have an easier time with where they're trying to get?
I think the biggest one for me, biggest piece of advice that I could give somebody if they wanted to come into it and not make the mistakes I did is first, you gotta love what you do, because this is not an easy thing. Second of all, is you gotta understand there's gonna be a lot of hard times where you're gonna be away from family, you're gonna be away from friends, and you're gonna be in situations or in places that you're uncomfortable with that you'll have to learn not how to get comfortable with, but how to be comfortable being uncomfortable. Because in welding, you can be super uncomfortable and have to make the hardest weld.
Yeah.
That just makes you a better welder.
And you got to get comfortable.
And you got to get comfortable. And that's always the hardest
It's an
thing.
uncomfortable spot that you have to be comfortable in.
But I think the biggest thing is you just got to love what you do.
You do.
I think it just makes it that much easier.
If you like it,
Yeah.
I don't recommend this to anybody who just wants it for the money.
Yeah, no.
You'll hate it. You'll hate it so much.
Yeah, money's not everything, and like I said, you're gonna be away from friends and family, so you're gonna be miserable if it's not something you love.
Yep. You'll be making money, but you'll be away from friends. You'll be probably not doing what you like to do, and you'll be miserable.
Yeah.
So again, this makes a lot of money, but you gotta like it. So well, I'm gonna clean up my side.
Yeah. But also, I think one of the biggest things is that you do meet a lot of people, you make a lot of friends, and sometimes that does make it a little bit easier. Get to enjoy time you meet people from all over, sometimes the world. I've been, that job that we did in Arizona, we got to meet people from Germany.
Really?
To the people all the equipment that was put in there is from Germany.
Okay.
Another plant that we worked at in South Carolina, I got to meet people from England. So you get to meet people all over the world. And then understand, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, if you like welding, that's great. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
And then you can make good money at it. And then you can meet people, and then your network grows, and then it's just like, and then it's like there's too much work.
Yeah.
Like you get bombarded with too many people wanting you to work for them because you've made your name, because you've networked hard, and because you're a good person, and that you have a lot of value, you know? So.
But that also just makes that's also great for you, because in that way you never out of work. And
exactly. And you can take off when you want to take off and be off for as long as you want.
Yeah.
And then just call them up.
Yeah,
and you're good.
and I mean, a lot of times nowadays, people don't really want to work, but you got to work and hustle as much as you can.
But it's easier now than ever, though.
Yeah.
It's easy to be the top 1% nowadays because half the people don't want to work, you know? I'm grabbing my drink here, and then you want to start on your side? You want me to go on my side? Like I said, I think this pass, if we run 3, keep them close, and we can flush it, and then we'll just have to add a couple cheaters right here.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking, because this stuff stacks up pretty good. But you don't want to add so much to where it stacks up too much, and then you get LOF, like a fusion, on the surface tension.
Yeah, it's real easy. That's what I've noticed.
That's the most important thing, is a lot of guys will get in situations where they use 1/8 wire on an alloy like this, they're filling it out, and they'll cram too much wire. They won't break the surface tension, because before we can add more metal into this, we have to break this down and get it loose, and then melt that wire into here, and then, You use the tungsten to create a puddle, then you add that wire that melts the puddle that adds to the weld.
You just got to watch the bevel edges so that actually
Yep.
ties in.
Tie into the bevels, the base metal of what you just put down, and then the other bevel.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how this does.
It acts a little bit better.
I'm trying to see on the fill here. Oh yeah, it's looking pretty good. A little hot though, ain't it?
Yeah, I might turn it down a little bit.
All right. Better?
Yeah, that's look. Oh, it was better. Oh yeah. You can actually see a little bit now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and then plus, I mean, you gotta love it because there's days where you're hot
Yep.
and you're in places you don't want to be in.
Hot and miserable. But you have to make the weld because you're the welder on that job.
Yeah, you gotta make it work. And that's where loving and liking what you want to do rather than just for the money.
Well, and there's going to be some days where it's not fun at all. I
agree.
Like you'll be, you know, for 3 or 4 days out of the week, you'll be in jack stands, and then they'll put you up in a weld where it's hot and miserable, and you're under the freaking ID fans or something, and you're welding. And there's people above you throwing refract down.
Yeah, it's looking way better.
You can go ahead and just
Do the whole
what we
thing?
got to do. Yeah, you do your whole side. I'll do my whole side.
All right.
Yeah, there's going to be days where you don't like it and you want to drag up, but you can't really drag up because you'll burn that really good bridge, and that's where you just got to split the difference and just take it sometimes, as in, you know, go do that job that you don't want to go do, and yeah.
I think coming out of school, the biggest thing is the fact that you're still learning. You know how to weld, but you're coming fresh out of school into an industry that is very hard for newcomers. Exactly.
For some reason, though, I don't know why that is, though. Why are there so many welders out there that are just, I mean, not in real life. I've met really great people, in person, but like it just seems like online, a lot of welders out there, or the welding community is just kind of negative in a sense to like new people, you know? And I guess it's something we're trying to change because it shouldn't be like that. It's really weird and odd, and it's just like an old school way of thinking. But you know, give it 15, 20 years, we'll all have robots at our side with holograms everywhere, and robots and freaking aliens will be welding stuff for us. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
I still don't think a robot can do what we do.
No. After I said that, I realized like I got to specify a little bit. Robots, yeah, in a car factory, but not.
Yeah,
robots,
and not doing what we do.
Exactly. You can't. I mean, you got an oil refinery that has to get shut down for whatever reason, and robots aren't going to know what to do. I mean, obviously, there's instances where robots aren't going to make a decision that would be the best for humanity or people in welding, and there are those orbital welders I see sometimes on boiler tube jobs and stuff, but
yeah, you're not going to be able to get that into a corner and try and weld it.
Right, and some of them are tight and you can get them in there, but and I've seen there's a couple really good small pipe and tube orbital welders, and that works good and all, but you dodge that really good actually. But with the orbital and robotic stuff, there is a limit. It can't make decisions and whatnot.
Yeah.
And just let me know, I can sharpen that tungsten if you need.
Yeah, I might need to sharpen it a little bit. This thing gets real watery.
Oh yeah. What kind of welding lens are you using?
I don't know. It's one of the ones that Matt gave me. It's a shade 11.
Okay, that's what I run.
Yeah, I like shade 11.
Yeah.
It's like a bluish green tint. I like the clear view. I'm still waiting for other lenses to come in, but yeah, I do like the clear view, true view. Some of the lenses that we got at school, they're good for stick, but I don't think the sensors.
Yeah, some lenses, some auto-darkening lenses are good for stick welding, some are good for TIG. I just run straight fixed shade all the time.
Yeah.
Just so I don't ever have to worry about it in a situation that I might need it or might not need it.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to always use the auto-darkening, but now that we're auto TIG, I don't know, I just got used to the fixed shade and I like it a lot better.
Well, it'll help you out in the long run because then you won't ever be in a bind.
Yeah. Especially when you're like near welding.
Sweet. All right, yeah, let me run me some.
Yeah, I gotta sharpen it though.
You're good. I can get it. So, what are some of the most important tools like in welding school that you've used? Like what's your, I don't know, besides your custom tacking setup there, what do you, like what's your most important tool? And that's kind of broad.
Like
what's
the grinder. It helps you fix whatever you mess up. It's always something.
Well, and I don't know
you can
why,
always fix it.
I don't know why people knock other people for
using a grinder.
Grinder, man. I grind everything, dude. I grind all my welds. Yeah, I don't know. There's a whole lot of they're like, oh, you're not a welder if you got to grind and all this and that, but I just don't think those people understand the reason behind grinding, you know, and things like that.
Oh, was it like this? I mean, if we wouldn't have cleaned it, it wouldn't be looking better now.
We'd be fighting it, man. I'll tell you that right now. Now, where are you staying at here at KWI?
I have I brought my camper up here, and I'm staying at Lawrence Creek Campground. That's about
in Maysville?
Yeah, in Maysville.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I like it there. It's a nice campsite and everything.
Pretty chill.
Yeah. Yeah, real relaxing environment, and then it's not very far from school, and plus, I mean, you get to see a little bit of the town.
Right.
But I mean, most of the time on the weekends, I'll hang out with the guys at one of the places that they're staying in.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, get together, grill out, just.
That's the cool thing about school, dude. I liked welding school coming here to KWI because it's kind of like you just get to hang out with the guys who are into welding. Like, if you go to college, you're hanging out with people with different interests and stuff like that. But here at KWI, it's like everybody's here for the same reason.
Yeah.
And like, they're just really cool people here that you can meet.
I got you another one if you need it. All right. Yeah, you get, like I said, you get to meet people from all over the world. One of the guys that I hang out with a lot, he's from Idaho. The other guy, he's from Alaska.
Really?
Yeah, and then one of the other guys is from New Hampshire.
Okay.
And then one of the guys is from here in Kentucky. So, I mean, they're from all over the place.
Yeah.
And it's just, like I said, I mean, it's fun. You meet a lot of people. And you kind of push each other to do more, do better while you're here at school. Like that's what we did when we were doing our CCOs. I'd go over and we'd practice during the weekends or whatever, and practice our signals, practice just about everything
just
we were
work
doing.
Together, yeah. Well, I think that's probably one of the most important things is to be able to learn how to make friends and network here in welding school. Because then whenever you go graduate, you might, you know what I mean, you could go work on jobs together or, you know, help each other out with whatever you need help with.
Yeah, if somebody's got a lead on a job, then you guys, hey, come over here. Stuff like that.
Now, whenever you were working before school and traveling, where did you stay?
I mean, for the most part, the company I was with, so they always took care of our hotels. I had my own company truck, and they took care of our hotels wherever we were at, and just about everything. So wherever we're working at, like this job that I'm also working every once in a while in Tennessee, we stayed at a hotel about 5 minutes from the plant. Mm-hmm. And that way I didn't have to worry about where I was staying.
Gotcha. That's so nice when a company takes care of that.
Yeah. It takes a lot of the guesswork out. And just like everywhere, if you treat your people right, you're always going to get a better result out of everybody.
Well, they'll take care of you.
Yeah. And that's what I loved about being out here is I really haven't met anybody that doesn't value somebody that works.
Right. Yeah, this is kind of like the culture at KWI is, you know, as long as you're willing to be a team player and show that you're part of it, you'll get taken care of, you know what I mean? Like people respect that around here, that's for sure. Must have had a weld in a while. Close to being flush.
Yeah, and I'm going to
I think
throw
I'm
one
right
more.
at flush. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to throw one more in here.
Yeah, you're good. Decent amount, huh? You already did one monster today.
Yeah, I did one on Friday. The week before that, I did my stick out monster.
Yeah, just freehand it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just getting trashy and nasty. That's how these monsters go. I'm gonna take a look down in the side of this. Ugh. Looks like our root is still going good. If I can get my phone light to work.
Yeah, the roots still look good.
Oh yeah. Yeah, these monsters just take a lot of time to weld.
Yeah, and they get so hot so fast. They hold the heat great.
Yep. Yeah. So nasty.
Yeah, wow.
Well, I think the other reason it's really trashy is just because we're on a coupon right here and it doesn't, obviously it doesn't hold heat.
Yeah.
Or it doesn't, you know, there's nowhere for the heat to go. Nice. That looks good.
Wow. It's definitely different.
Now, after this, you're going back to KWI, right?
Yeah, I'm going back to school.
And we plan on welding when you get back.
Probably my Schedule 10, get that out of the way.
Yep.
And then go from there, and then probably try and do my Inconel, Schedule 10, so I can golden arm, and then maybe do like I said, maybe a branch test.
A lot of welding, man.
Yeah, I like it though.
Yeah, I know. Hammering it out.
Yeah, I like it. Keeps me busy.
Keeps you in the zone.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I like the stimulation that you get from putting in a bead, and
Yep.
and I like learning how to fit, and it all comes together in the end.
It does. Makes you more valuable. You know how to do more stuff.
And that way you're not like a one-trick pony whenever you go somewhere.
Right.
Like I said, even like the CCO stuff I was really into, learning how to do all that. Man, it's hot.
All right. I forgot to pull this out after our hot pass.
Yeah. Right.
All right. Sweet. Gnarly, ain't it?
Yeah, it's dirty. It's super dirty.
I know.
You really can't tell what you're doing unless you clean it.
Yeah. So just
Clean.
clean.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Is I guess,
After each pass, just clean it off.
yeah,
That's what I would do.
maybe a water wheel or,
Yeah.
or even a sanding, but
Right.
yeah, because it's gonna be hard to freaking put a nice cap on here.
Well, I got a trick for that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, once you flush that, I'll put a couple cheater beads up top, and
Yeah,
then what we're gonna do is we're gonna grind the whole flush, and then wire wheel it, and then run 332 for a cap, and just kind of run little stringers, dude. I think it'll look pretty nice. That's
Okay.
just another, because with Inconel, well, specifically on a monster coupon, I don't like to run 1/8 wire for the cap because it's just too much for a cap.
Yeah.
All right, and then I'm gonna
Yeah.
clean this up. See that wire? And then I just like to bring,
Yeah, because I'm right at it where I need to.
Nice and smooth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the less wide you go, the better it does.
Yeah, I see that now. I see what you mean about that 3/32 though. I mean, be a lot less likely for you to get like fusion.
Yep. Yeah, well, I'm gonna run it on my cap for sure. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
like, I'm
just
gonna
a
have to run.
molten mess. And honestly, if we was testing, I would let it cool.
Yeah, it's
like,
scorching.
Smoke it to the flush, clean it, let it sit.
Yeah, that's how it was with the stainless. I ran it all the way out to my last bead, so I didn't get no undercut up top.
Yep.
Yeah, I have to do the same on the bottom right here.
You gonna run some more?
Yeah, on my side, I put 2 right here.
Yeah.
Just right under flush.
Sweet.
You just clean it off real quick.
I'm gonna put it like, yeah, it's hot. That's for sure.
It is hot. That is scorching. I feel it right here.
And then this is our flush right here. Clean it up a little bit, run some passes on there. Mine's trashy and nasty, but we'll clean it up, maybe we cap. So yeah, it's like you got to break down the base metal before it'll accept it, you know?
Yeah. It's definitely different. Okay, that's a little better. It's hot.
It is very hot right now.
Yeah, it's melting the freaking wall without me even being there. How was chrome, dude? Is it about the same?
Oh yeah, chrome. Chrome's a little bit easier in the sense.
Yeah.
It's kind of like carbon. Chrome can take a lot of heat. It's just way more. It's just a very dense carbon or carbon, because you got 70S carbon wire. You got 80S. That's like a chrome. You can purge the root. You don't have to purge the root on those, but people do. It just makes it easier.
On the chrome?
Yeah. Well, 80.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 80S. Because 70S is, typical carbon most people are used to. Then there's 80S. That's a type of chrome. It's like 1 1.25.
Yeah.
1 3/4, 1.5, whatever. And yeah, 80S, and then you got 90S, and then you got 110, and those are it's just the density of the metal there.
Yeah, because I want to try and do chrome too, see what it does.
Yeah, I would do that. It's, again, this is harder than chrome, I believe.
Yeah.
Just because it's so trashy, you can't even tell what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm still trying to see what I'm feeling and
see what's going on.
Yeah, and it's still pretty hard.
Yeah, but it looks all right, though. It's just going to be
nasty.
Yeah. Sick.
My hand's hot.
There you go. Yeah. Cool. And you don't have to kill it completely.
Yeah.
I just knock off the high spots, but your side was pretty heavy.
Yeah, it was
actually.
pretty high, especially in the
All right.
centers.
Now, I think this will really help us out because I always do it on my truck.
Yeah, it's definitely dirty.
Huh?
So it's definitely dirty.
Yes. Okay. Put this thing off, get us there. Now, I'm curious, what are some issues that you see people have at KWI that they could have prevented? As in, like, what usually hangs people up at KWI? Is it a mindset thing? Is it a skill thing? Is it a time thing? What do you think? What do people struggle most with at KWI?
I think one of the biggest things is that I've seen so far is they let things get to them real fast, and they just
If they don't have success?
Yeah, if they don't have success, or if they're just struggling in one area, because I mean, I struggled a little bit when I was doing my 60-10 routes, and it's all about the mindset. I mean, when you have a mindset, well, I'm never gonna get off of this and stuff like that, then it's real hard to make yourself believe that you're gonna do better.
Right.
I think the biggest thing is mindset and just the way you're feeling, and then I think some points the biggest thing also is the fact that nobody wants to put in the work as much.
Yeah.
Put in a little bit more effort, you know, maybe pulling an extra 12 to clean up your metal before you have to weld the next day, or staying over to get an opinion from a different instructor, get a little bit of information from everybody.
Yeah.
To make it work for you, because you never know which one's going to work.
Well, and there's 20 different ways to do something. So if you ask 20 different people, you will get 20 different answers.
Ways.
Yeah. There you go. All right. Now, you just, you want me to run some on my side?
Yeah, I want to see how you run yours.
Yeah, let's see here. Hopefully, we'll do it at 160, see what that does. Again, our plug on these machines are messed up right now, so we got to run the other machine.
Yeah.
All right. I think this is going to go okay.
That is dirty.
Yeah, I think that wire wheel just helped out a whole lot.
It looks
Maybe.
way cleaner.
But again, it could just be the first little bit until it gets hot, you know?
Yeah, I definitely agree. I let it cool for a little bit.
That 332 just burns so much easier.
Does it?
Yeah. You feel like you're actually welding, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know that 1/8 inch you just shoving stuff in there.
Trying to see how much I can grab. As in like cap wise.
Yeah.
Try to 4-beat it? I don't know.
Yeah, it looks like a 4-beat's gonna work.
Maybe.
Yeah, you don't want to spread it too wide, right?
Right. But you don't want to do too much work though for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Here. Grab a new piece. Yeah, so what I did was weld from the 12 to about 3, and then I'll catch the top half.
Yeah, let's see what it does.
Yeah. And so what we're going to do is weld from the bottom to 1/4 of the way up on my side and the memo side, and then we'll catch the top half of it, but we'll clean our stops because those stops on Inconel just get so nasty. It's a lot of welding though in a short amount of time. But it's nicer if you got someone else to weld it with too, you know?
Yeah, I mean, you get a little conversation going, you get it done. It doesn't really feel like you're welding most of the time.
Right.
I know one thing I really do like is that, well, once you get a little bit farther in the program, right?
Yep.
Fridays, you got to do just about simulators or whatever we're able to do. So buddy welding in some of the places that's at KWI I really like.
Yeah. So Fridays is your all's day to kind of just experiment and do something.
Yeah, like the 6G simulator next to the boiler,
Yep.
or maybe weld some 12-inch outside on the pipeline one.
So that's something you normally don't get to do throughout the week, or is that something just off?
Well, we can, but I like to do it Fridays because I like to grind Monday through Thursday, and then, you know, having a bad week or even a good week.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool idea. So that's something you do.
Yeah, you leave it off on a good note.
Yep.
Buddy weld, you have a little fun with your friends, but you're still working.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, two of the guys started call it Funky Fridays, so
Really?
we like dress up kind of nice.
Really?
Have a little bit of music
Dude,
going.
that
and just,
sounds fun.
Yeah, have a little fun, you know, still work.
Yeah.
And weld. You still learn from each other, and like Buddy weld the 12-inch outside pipeliner. Some of the guys, and then we'll do a completely TIG out one. And
dude, that's awesome.
you're still practicing
Yeah.
and learning, so.
But it's, you know, you kind of get to show out a little bit,
Yeah.
be extra, yeah. Yeah, these pullouts are pretty gnarly, ain't they?
Yeah, they're just deep. Deep and dirty. I mean, I said, I just think it's really hot.
Oh, yeah. No, we ain't waiting for this thing to be cool down.
Yeah, I know.
That's why I always tell people, get your root, take your time on your root and your hot pass, smoke out the fill just as long as you're doing it right, get flush, let it you know what I mean?
Yeah, put the tines.
Yep, cool it down as much as you can, but it all comes down to knowing how long it takes you to cap too, because you
Yeah.
don't want to screw yourself. All right, and I'm really anal about my tungsten, dude.
Oh yeah, I have my little tungsten holder.
Dude,
and
when you're TIG
full of
welding,
tungstens.
man, the sharper the tungsten,
Yeah, the better.
the better, bro. People don't understand it that much, but it sucks in the beginning, but you have to sharpen your tungsten as soon as you stick it.
Yeah.
You have to. Or your learning is going to be that much harder.
Yeah.
Because I see people all the time, oh, I don't want to sharpen my tungsten because I got to pull it out and stop welding. Well, your weld's going to suck. You're not
Yeah.
going to learn. The time it takes you to learn is going to be that much longer because you didn't sharpen your tungsten.
Yeah, you got to put more heat to it. You
Yep.
gotta.
Everything. All right. I'm going to pull my side up. All right. Let's see what we can do with this. That's a pretty good temperature, ain't it? 160?
Yeah, 160
Seems
didn't
all
feel
right.
too bad.
Well, and this thing's already hot too.
Yeah, it's scorching hot.
Jeez. Actually, you know what? This heavy hitter TIG rig ain't broke in yet.
Yeah, it's brand new.
Still, that's okay though, because it ain't gonna be like that for long. So look how clean it is right now. It's
Yeah, and then you get up, and then you try and put that other pass, and it's just dirty again. Yeah, and as long as you get a good film, yeah, I think 330 seconds is way better.
way better, dude. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. It just depends, dude. I would get your hot pass and then 1/8 and see what it does.
Yeah,
And then if it's nasty, dude, frickin' 332. If you can, you just gotta see what your time's like, man.
yeah.
Because you don't want to make it hard on yourself and try to rush it.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of using this as a basis as to know what
Dude, I know, right? It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Kind of get an idea right here, you know?
yeah, of how it's going to look.
Yeah.
It's not going to look too great, but I mean,
Well, Inconel can only look so good.
yeah,
Now,
it's so dirty.
here's why it's kind of trashy is because we're using Inconel and carbon pipe.
Yeah,
If you're welding on Inconel pipe, you can keep it pretty clean, depending on what type of Inco it is.
yeah, I mean, I guess that's what I like now that I'm on the Schedule 10, stainless to stainless. It's a
Stainless
lot
pipe.
cleaner,
Yeah,
a lot easier, because, I mean,
it's actual the pipe. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, you're right, you can't run it too wide.
No, it's easier just to make it about as wide as a 332 70/18 rod and go on.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm gonna hit my stops for you so that you can tie in good.
Okay.
All right.
Want to see real quick?
Oh, my bad.
No, you're good.
Yeah, that ain't too bad.
From what it looked like earlier, I think it's good.
Made it happen. It's just
hard. I mean,
so hot, and this carbon pipe, it's pulling everything out of the carbon pipe into this wire, and it's
Yeah.
like just not.
super dirty. Super
But
dirty.
that's how
I don't think it looks
goes.
too bad. For never doing it, I think it looks all right.
Dude, I think your side looks phenomenal, man. Yeah, just run it.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, let's see what you got, man.
Oh, let me go over there.
Yeah, I would just pull up. Hey, you should be able to reach over, huh?
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me sharpen this tungsten for you. I want you to have a clean start.
All right.
A good, fresh
Yeah.
start. Not touched at all by nothing else. All right. Sick. We're getting there. All right.
Yeah, because I know several times I've stayed over. Well, I've stayed on all 3 shifts,
Okay.
and I've sometimes what Blake showed me has worked for me.
Yep.
Sometimes I mix what Blake and Josh showed me. Sometimes I mix what Ryan or Jordan showed
Yep.
me. So I mix everything to make it my own.
Like your own, yeah.
Way that works for me the best.
It takes several different people, you know?
Yeah, to feel comfortable, to feel what I know works.
I know, because there's one way that an instructor knows how to do something, and they'll show you, and then another instructor shows you, and it's totally different. And if neither of those ways work for you, or that's the way you like, then there's another instructor that does it totally different than those two guys.
Yeah,
So that's the cool thing about it.
And then you're always gonna find a way to make it like, for my 60-10 for the pipe, I mixed what Blake and Josh showed me, and I was able to whip it and drag at the same times. Whenever it got tight, whenever it got loose.
Yep.
You didn't
Sometimes
have
you have to shove it and drag. Sometimes you got to whip far. Sometimes
Yeah.
like you got to do different things. It's not always going to be perfect either.
Yeah, you never get a perfect fit anywhere.
I'll tell you what, I am not a 60-10 welder. I can do it. I've done a
don't mind
branch
it. I
and a
like
bell
it, but-
hole. But dude, that's why I was stuck to alloys, because I can take, and I'll grab it so everybody
Yeah.
can see. The reason why I like just being a specialty welder is because you get the TIG weld, you stay clean. You know, when you're welding, obviously there's other stuff
That
when you're-
goes into before.
It goes into
yeah.
it, but generally speaking, just the welding aspect, you stay clean. It's very precise, detailed welding. But all of my specialty welding tools, I just carry in this thing.
Yeah.
So I'll go on a job, I'll have my plastic job box that I can throw in my Toyota Corolla or whatever vehicle I have. That's paid for and cheap. Throw this in it with my job box, go to a job, set the plastic job box on the job site that I take through the turnstile, pull this out of it with my TIG rig, my mirror, my stinger, all my little tiny things to make these type of welds, and then get paid good money. I don't have to
you're
have a
ready to
big
go.
truck, I don't have to have a rig, none of that. But this is what you do to build up to the rig
Yeah.
track. So, but this is just so fun for me.
It is a lot of fun. I enjoyed just having welded it before, so I enjoy.
Well, and the thing with TIG though is you don't have to stop.
Yeah, you can
You can
keep going.
keep on welding. No chip and slag, no sparks to burn you up, no nothing crazy. It's just welding. It's just welding at its finest. But also, there's a guy and people who likes, you know, and I like stick welding. I mean, I've had to do J-bevel 7018 welds a lot. And, you know, decent amount of 6010 roots. Not so much in the refineries, because they don't like 6010 in the refineries because
It's dirty on the inside.
yeah, there's sparks. You can, literally with a 6010 rod, you can cut anything in half if you want it. So it's kind of a dangerous rod for some plants and facilities. They don't like it there. But there are some pipe welders out there who can weld 6010 all day long and love it. And they like it. And that's their thing. Me, not so much. And, you know, everybody out there is different. There's some guys who love to flux core weld. There's guys that love to MIG. And that's the cool thing about welding. There's so many processes And then there's so many different jobs and facilities and industries that you can get in to where you do those different processes. And it's just, it's an unlimited amount of things that you can
Well, you gotta
do.
learn.
You never get busy or bored. Here, there you go. Or, you never get like bored with whatever you're welding.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's looking really good. Just kind of got to reach down there about the end of Dead Man's Curve.
Yeah. Yeah, I should have tried to freaking.
I know.
Should have pushed a little more.
You short-armed yourself.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, looking good.
Man, it's hot, man.
But that 332 is a little bit easier to manage, huh?
Yeah, it's a lot easier to put this, especially this cap on.
Yeah. Well, hopefully this has helped you out a little bit with what you got coming up.
Yeah, it has. I mean,
I wonder how many miles, or not miles, maybe, I wonder how much metal and rod that at the end of the day today, when you go to bed, I wonder how much metal you will have welded. That's a pretty good amount, ain't it?
yeah, I mean, I know, just doing your monster, you use a lot of metal. Or a lot of rod and filler.
Mm-hmm. Is that the last bead?
I got one more. Oh,
Gotcha.
yeah, I got one more.
One more.
Yeah, I know, like when
It'll
we
look
did.
good, dude. Hey, where this one's kind of close to this
Yeah.
one, just keep this one as close to this as you can
Okay.
while catching your edge, and it'll blend into that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because your 3 kind of look like my 4.
Yeah.
So just make this next one just really thin, and don't have it go above the height of this one. You know what I mean? Just kind of just.
Yeah, I'll try and see if I can do that.
Yeah, and I'll show you guys here in a second. We'll get a closer look at it. This heavy hitter rig's holding up.
That's not so bad.
It's not even hot. Lead's a little warm, but we've been welding the whole time on a monster coupon without stopping, so.
Yeah, and a buck 80, buck 70. It got hot.
Yeah, I got my hand on the rig right now.
So more than anything, the coupons, huh? Not even the TIG rig.
Right. Yep. Nice. Keep going. Keep going. Stay a little bit lower. Go. Keep going. Yeah, right there. Now slowly pop on. Dude, that's perfect. Yeah, that's sick. Nice little.
Yeah.
Now let me see that grinder real quick, and I'll hit this.
It's definitely different.
I want to hit our stops. There, you're good. They all
Are you
run
with
that.
this?
Yeah, I won't wire wheel it. Sometimes can make it look weird. I always grind that
Yeah.
just for fish eyes, because this Inconel will leave fish eyes in it, dude.
Really?
On your on your caps, on your stops. Sometimes it'll leave a hole. Severe cycle phase array, done. You bust it out. You fired.
Really?
Yeah, on severe
That's crazy. I
cycle,
didn't know
dude,
that.
it catches everything, man. You just got to be so careful. But take a look at this. All right, there's Memo's side. Looks good. It's my side. I think Memo's side is just a little bit cleaner than mine.
Yeah, luckily.
Yeah, still heavy. Had to show out, man.
That was all right.
Yeah, right on. Looks like a hot mess, though.
Yeah, it's dirty. It's really, really dirty, but.
Well, we did it. Root's
Yeah.
good. Feels good. Yeah, so now you kind of have a better game plan of what you're going to get into when you get out.
Yeah.
Back to the school.
Yeah, just keep it
'Cause
clean.
you're going back to do your Schedule 10 and your Inconel Monster, possibly?
Yeah, I have to do my Schedule 10 first, and then probably practice to do my Inconel Monster.
Gotcha.
Or Chrome Monster. I don't know. We'll figure out which one I like better.
I just start Chrome. Don't
Yeah.
even practice. Just run it. If
Probably
you did
just
that,
do-
you'll be fine.
All right, then I'll probably
Trust
do my
me. Yeah,
Chrome.
I wouldn't trip about Chrome. You put in a good route. You filled it fine. Yeah, I think you're ready to rock and roll. Well, that's all we got for today, guys.
All
I've got Memo here with us. We appreciate your time out here.
Oh, yeah.
If you could leave all of us with something, what would it be? What's your pinnacle piece of advice that you want to leave with somebody today, including myself?
No matter how bad things are, no matter how good they are, it doesn't matter. Everybody has good days, everybody has bad days, but it's all about how you take it, the way you recover. Like how in the Bible says that everybody falls down, you always got to get back up. How everybody says, whenever you fall, you can stay on the ground, but the biggest thing is getting back up, doing it again, repetition.
Keep going.
Keep it going.
Movement.
Yeah, you never want to just stay
stagnant. Yeah,
you always want to move forward.
Don't get comfortable.
Yeah.
Get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
With being uncomfortable. That's the biggest thing.
So crazy, man.
Especially in
and
welding.
People say that stuff all the time, and it's really hard to grasp it because it's said so much. But there's a lot of value in it if you can really just
hone it in.
Hone it in and apply it to yourself. You know what I mean? I think, and the biggest battle is...
it's your head. I mean, you're always in your head.
You're always in your head.
As I said, I think the biggest thing is no matter how many times you get knocked down, it's always good to get back up, try it again.
Yeah, and a lot of times, too, it's not other people, it's yourself.
Yeah, you're always hard on yourself.
Always yourself. And another big thing, too, that I've been working on is trying not to get, like, frustrated with other people. Because you don't know what kind of day they had or what they've been through. You know what I mean? Like, I used to judge people all the time and be like, why is this guy doing this? Or what's he doing that for? Or what's going on? But that guy could be going through, you never know. You never know, man. I don't even want to say it because you never know what people go through. I mean, horrible things happen. Yeah. You wake up in a bad mood. Your water got turned off. I don't know. Who knows?
You never know.
That's just the biggest thing. I think that's a good piece of advice is just...
Yeah, no matter if it's good or bad, you always got to do your best. Try and do your best.
Yeah, we're only here for a certain amount of time. We're all going to be gone one day. So just making it the best of what you can make it. So.
For what you got,
Cool. Well... Thanks for having us, you guys. And if you want to see more about the Kentucky Welding Institute, check out KWI.us. We have all of our information on there as well as our competitions. And also check out our social media, our Instagram, Facebook, YouTube as well, and our TikTok. We post videos all the time on there about things that we have coming up as well as tutorials and these videos as well. If you like this video, leave a comment. Tell us what you want to see welded next. But this has been an awesome time welding with you, some Inconel, and hopefully it's got you ready for what's getting ready to happen. Until next time, I'm Keegan, and we'll see you guys.